The webinar speaker made the point that anyone can learn to be a highly engaging leader. It is not a born with attribute, more a learnt outcome that reflects itself in how we behave with others. But what elevates a charismatic leader above an engaging leader? Behavior, communication, kokoro-gamai, or true intention, all play a part. True intention pertains to the why we are wanting to lead. Is it all about us, or is it about our team? Konnichiwa, and welcome to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and much more importantly, you are a student of leadership, highly motivated to be the best in your business field. Today's show is brought to you by the High Impact Presentations course. 2 days, 2 instructors, all the key structures you will ever need, individual coaching and video review by experts. This is the Rolls Royce of presentation training. If you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story, that's greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y, at dalecarnegie.com. Now would you like your own access to 104 years of the accumulated wisdom of Dale Carnegie Training? Get our free report. Stop wasting money on training, how to get the best results from your training budget, plus our free white papers, guidebooks, reports, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus so much more at japan.dalecarnegie.com. Before we get going today, let's have our handy Japanese phrase. Today it is ja mata. Ja mata. See you again. Ja mata. See you again. Ja mata. See you again. This is what we'd say to a friend when we're leaving. Ja mata. See you again. This is episode number 156. Our subject today is Charismatic Leadership. Are you a perpetual student? I'm always keen to learn and improve in my business, so I recently participated in a webinar on the subject of charisma in leadership. The setup for the webinar was impressive. The web landing page, registration process, the videos, the automated follow-up emails. It was a masterclass in marketing, and this part was worth it alone. The webinar itself was very good, and the speaker was excellent. While listening, I was reflecting on charismatic leaders I have known and compared them to what I was hearing in the webinar. There is an abundance of definitions on charismatic leadership. The definition proffered during the online session was uncontroversial and acceptable. Emotional and intellectual engagement, inspiration to go the extra mile, all quite reasonable elements. Somehow, though, left me feeling vaguely unfulfilled. Reflecting on charismatic leaders, what was it about them that made them so attractive? Of course, they were highly skilled, experienced, and professional. Yet their technical knowledge wasn't the distinguishing feature, because hosts of uncharismatic leaders are equally skilled. Great communicators, they capture the key points, are concise, insightful, engaging. No shortage of would-be charismatic leaders with this resume, but still no cigar. Optimistic, positive, high energy, fast-paced, dynamic, yes, all good points, but there was still something missing. The webinar speaker made the point that anyone can learn to be a highly engaging leader. It is not a born with attribute, more a learnt outcome that reflects itself in how we behave with others. But what elevates a charismatic leader above an engaging leader? Behavior, communication, kokoro-gamai, or true intention, all play a part. True intention pertains to the why we are wanting to lead. Is it all about us, or is it about our team? I think the missing piece of the puzzle was the way the charismatic leaders make us feel when we are with them. I've heard that in his prime, Bill Clinton would speak with you and make you feel like you were the only person in the room, despite being bustled by the massive crowd. When you think about it, there is a lot happening in that situation for us to sense that. A feeling of importance, regard, value, trusting, almost whispered intimacy is so attractive. Well, if it is behavior driven and not God given, then what do leaders need to do to become more charismatic? Do we have to be over 185 centimeters in height? I notice that a lot of famous leaders are tall, so there is bound to be some physical advantage associated with the presence that size brings with it. As kids, we look up at our authority figures, parents, teachers, coaches, so there may be deep psychological roots in giving regard to those we have to crane our necks toward. There's probably some caveman DNA regard for physical power in there too. I've stopped growing, so there's no possibility for me to bridge that gap. Maybe we can't be tall or a Bill Clinton, but we can be a better version of ourselves and a more effective leader of our team. What are some relevant behaviors we can adopt to make us more charismatic? Begin with praise and honest appreciation. This must be genuine and linked to actual behavior, not vagaries or flattery. There isn't a lot of praise and appreciation floating around in businesses every day because a lot of leaders are driver personality styles who prioritize task completion over building people. For example, you will all die, but we will take Hill 103. We can be different. We can look for the good, the strengths in our people and play to those rather than lurking around the cubicles with our super fault finder nuclear harpoon at the ready. If we find fault, call attention to it indirectly. We don't lift people up by making them feel small. We should also use encouragement and make the fault seem easy to correct. Our weak side always needs bolstering. So charismatic leaders lead us to hope. Let them save face. Don't create a barrier by lambasting them. Showing who's the boss only makes one person feel good. Everyone else observes like a hawk and anticipates what will happen when it is their turn. No hearts and minds will be won this way. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. This means seeing people at their best and treating them that way rather than the opposite. Seeing them as winners when they don't see themselves that way just yet. We can ask questions instead of giving direct orders. Socrates was on to the power of this approach centuries ago, but the typical boss today is still an order-dispensing android. When we tell, we own the task. When we ask, our people take ownership. We all own the world we help to create, so let's be the boss who seeks help creating our world. Make them feel happy about doing the thing you suggest. Self-discovery is powerful, convincing, energizing, and credible. The leader's job is to create the environment where self-discovery becomes the daily norm. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. We ask people to step out of their comfort zone to try new things. There is a strong fear of failure associated with any new, unfamiliar initiative. We build confidence through mini steps, gradually setting larger stretch tasks, recognizing improvement on the way through as well as at the end. Success, however small, builds confidence to take on more, and we are right there with them to reassure that they can do it. We talk about our own failings first, to give them the freedom to fail. To remove the albatross of perfection from the equation. It is hard to follow perfect leaders. because we can't identify with them. In the leader's vulnerability is authenticity, but this requires heart, guts, and bravery. Is any of this easy? No. If our behavior is the driver, then we need to persistently and permanently change our approach. To do that, we need some guideposts, and these principles of better human relations are well road-tested and work. Maybe achieving charismatic leadership isn't that important, but better leadership certainly is. It is also attainable now. We need to adopt these principles, apply them every day, every occasion, and gradually make them our default habits. It won't happen in a week, but it will happen. We just need to clarify our kokoro gamae, our true intentions, and make a start. Action steps from today. 1. Begin with praise and honest appreciation. 2. Call attention to people's mistakes indirectly. 3. Use encouragement and make the fault easy to correct. 4. Let the other person save face. 5. Give the other person a fine reputation to live up to. 6. Ask questions instead of giving direct orders. 7. Make the other person feel happy about doing the things you suggest. 8. Praise the slightest improvement and praise every improvement. 9. Talk about our own mistakes before criticizing the other person. 10. Start with clear and correct kokoro gamae, true intentions. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series, and we hope you enjoyed today's show, brought to you by the High Impact Presentations course. As mentioned, if you have a performance or people challenge in Japan, then maybe we can help you. Contact me at greg.story, greg.story, STORY at dalecarnegie.com. Also, remember to access your Dale Carnegie training free reports, white papers, guidebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much more. Then go to japan.dalecarnegie.com.